Hello, everybody. Sorry locally for our San Diego Chargers, who got walloped. Did you follow the game yesterday, Ivan?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Ivan only works on stocks. That's the great thing about Stocktwits, and that is the great thing about Momentum Monday. And when I say Momentum Monday, this is not about ideas that are good for a day. Ivan and I are talking about ideas. We're trying to find ideas that are good for long periods of time. Are we not, the Ivanator?
Yeah, absolutely. We're trend followers.
Ivan believes in America. He's a huge trend follower of America. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come to school, traveled across oceans, given up his whole life in Bulgaria to come to the United States. He gets very excited, so just don't get thrown off by his excitement. Today we're working from our friends and generous content creators at UTTV, and we're testing new stuff for our Momentum Monday, and something that we are getting comfortable with is this new set. I look a little short, but this is much more comfortable for me. What about you, Ivan?
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. So,
well, in English, Ivan says he can work from anywhere. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
So let's get right to it. On Stocktwits, we like, you and I at least, like to talk about trends. We like to talk about doing less, riding trends longer, finding companies that are exploding, and not just in price or in volume, but in in the phenomena of the social consciousness. Companies that you can buy for your kids 5 years before college and not stress about every little wiggle. And obviously one of those great companies for the last almost 8 years now has been Apple. Okay? And I see no reason, this is an extension of who we are. This is, obviously there's imitators, and Google makes a fantastic product, and we're going to talk about Google today. But even Ivan, who doesn't like to spend money, and who works, I don't know, we don't pay you enough, but someone who really decided to invest in an iPhone. Ivan, how do you love your iPhone?
It's, just another smartphone.
Just another smartphone. So again, useful. He is not maybe the guy to ask, but go. My son's bar mitzvah was this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. And 90% of the kids either want or actually already have an iPhone. Yes, most of them are using it for text, but I'm watching the phenomenon of Instagram and Facebook come to mobile, and it doesn't look like anytime soon Apple is something that I want to sell. So we're going to move beyond Apple, because Apple is so dominant, and the Apple 5 news is dominating the last week, 2 weeks of media, and nothing's changed there about my opinion. But let's talk about Google. The biggest news about Google and Apple is something that was deleted from the new iPhone, which is Google Maps.
Yeah.
Here's how good Google Maps is. Google Maps made me believe that LA, Los Angeles, a town I can't stand, was actually enjoyable. The fact that I could type in my location and kind of pull up to a place in LA, use the tools of the web, find a falafel place, find whatever I wanted on Google Maps, opened up the country to me, and opened up to LA, one of the most daunting cities in the world. Apple in their new iPhone 5 has pulled that out. Okay, so no longer do we have Google Maps as a login. We have iPhone Maps. What is the notice for you? You use Maps like crazy. What have you noticed in San Diego driving around with Apple Maps? Or have you upgraded?
Well, I just use my GPS, which is Garmin.
So you're making it difficult for me. Just lie for a second.
I don't even use those maps. But one of the new features on the Apple Maps is Yelp. So they have Yelp integrated there.
Yes. And what do you love about Yelp as a young man?
So 2 weeks ago, I went to San Francisco, and I can tell you, I used Yelp 10 times a day. I would have been lost without Yelp. I was checking for restaurants, things to do. Basically, if you're in the service business and if you're not on Yelp, basically you don't exist.
And with the new integration into the iOS 6.2, Yelp is a huge integration.
It will make it even more popular.
So pull up the stock for a second, because this is a stock that's down 5%. The beginning of the week, but again, with Yelp as a trend, we're not talking about a week. We're talking about evergreen type ideas.
Yeah, we're talking about long-term trend. So apparently, this is a recent IPO. It's about 6 months stock. And with any new issue, you have insiders trying to sell. You have a transfer of ownership from VCs to mutual funds. I think it's already happening gradually. And
so the argument against Yelp for people that have heard of the brand and go, how are they going to make money? The argument against it is, how are they going to make money? This is always the argument in social media. Very good at disrupting businesses, but struggling themselves. Look at that, my hair. Oh, but having a tough time monetizing without upsetting the media and the users. With Yelp, here's what you need to understand with great companies that are in interesting global rising trends. Money isn't the issue to the core investors as they switch over to a mutual fund. A company like Fidelity could own all the shares, put them away for 30 years, and it doesn't matter about their revenues, okay? It's a supply demand of the stock. So really what we're seeing here is the world has chosen Yelp for the moment, and I don't know how long they're going to give them that time frame, because Yelp is the closest to mobile, iOS 6, discovery of restaurants, discovery of services, and so Yelp is getting that premium in the marketplace. I myself don't own it. Do you own Yelp?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so Ivan owns Yelp. He's very careful when he owns the stock. Obviously, we check in on these ideas. We're not here to day trade or bang out one idea a day. We are here to think through longer term trends for you. So we'll be back soon to update you on everything.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.